Chicken with apricots, rosemary, and ginger. The next recipe we're cooking tonight with Manitoba Chicken's most loved recipes. Gina Sunderland, very excited about this one because kind of a combination of a lot of ingredients that people would already have, but with sort of an interesting twist to it. I love this. Okay, so let us begin.
I love it too, and so does everyone else. It was one of
Evidently,
our most loved recipes. Yeah, so this is a great one-pan dish. You start out with 8 skin-on bone-in chicken thighs, so really an economical cut of chicken too. You can use skinless, boneless size if you'd like. So we've just been browning these while we've been waiting to get going here. So what you do is you brown them in a couple tablespoons of oil, and then you just remove them from the pan, and you've got all that nice caramelization where you're going to then prepare all the other ingredients.
So like chicken thighs, so juicy.
Yeah,
juicy,
so
juicy,
tender.
juicy.
And you know, I love using the bone-in cut because I just find it's got so much flavor as well. Okay, so I'm gonna hand this over to you, Des, and I'm gonna start adding the ingredients here. And maybe we'll just turn up our heat a little bit. So we've got a couple tablespoons of olive oil.
Do you need these in or can they come out? Or are we gonna mix them up?
You are gonna mix away for me. Okay, so we've got a tablespoon of butter that just adds a lot of nice creamy flavor. And then we've got 1 chopped onion. So yeah, like you said, a lot of just typical ingredients in this recipe, but the flavors are very unique. There's a lot of nice contrasting flavors as well in this recipe. So we've got 2 cloves of minced garlic.
Only 2?
Only 2 this time, yeah. And we've got a tablespoon of fresh ginger that just has that almost citrusy sort of smell to it. Okay.
Come on now.
Let's get that going.
Let's get
we
it
either have
going.
it too hot or...
This is I am turning the right knob, right?
Yes, indeed you
So
are.
trust myself with this stuff. Okay, you want to take over?
Sure,
All right.
sure. Okay, so we'll just start to let this cook a little bit. All right.
I'm cranking it.
Crank it right up there
cranking
for
it.
me. Okay.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
I think it just smells good,
Yeah,
right?
it's already starting to come together for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll hand the driver's wheel back over to you. So of course we've got our tablespoon of fresh rosemary. Now you can always use half the amount of dried if you don't have that on hand. And we've got a couple hot chili peppers. And again, that's something that is an option. I certainly love it. It doesn't add too much heat, but just a little bit of heat.
This is the recipe as people would find it on the website?
Yes,
exactly?
it is.
Okay.
It is, yeah. And then we've got about 2 tablespoons of honey. So again, what I love is we've got sort of the savory and we've got the sweet coming together in this recipe.
Okay.
How's our heat going?
Well,
Let's turn her up a little bit. What the heck? Okay.
every couple of seconds, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then it's gonna go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, I'm starting to smell that. That's looking good
Yeah,
and
for
smelling
sure,
good. Okay. So something I love about this recipe is it's 1 large can of diced tomatoes. Everyone has that in their pantry, and you know, we can do so many things with it, including making this delicious Manitoba chicken recipe.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay. So now we are just going to nestle all of that chicken back into there. Des, I'm going to let you add that back into the pan.
So you just tuck those in.
Just tuck them in. That's great.
Look at all of this fresh, locally produced chicken, which you can get year-round here. Of course, in Manitoba, we're so fortunate.
We are so fortunate. A lot of people don't realize that 12 months of the year, when you go into any of your grocery stores, that is beautiful, fresh, local Manitoba chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Almost
perfect.
there, almost
and you know
there.
what? It doesn't matter that we don't have this like sizzling away because we're also going to bake this in the oven. So this is kind of fun, Des. All we're going to do together here is we are just going to tuck in all of these beautiful, fresh apricots.
So I would say of all of well, every household's different, right? But of all the ingredients, I think of myself as maybe apricots might be the one thing that but we end up with something really, well, I'm already smelling it, so it's a bit of a giveaway here.
Oh yeah, it's starting to simmer here.
This
is what we want.
I don't know, it's a very unique, like the scent of the finished dish, the aroma is just really
it
quite
smells so good, and we can
Yeah.
smell something cooking,
Yeah.
can't we? Yeah.
No, I can.
So you tuck in all these apricots, and what they do is they really plump up with the tomato sauce, and they take on so much flavor. And then the last really unique step, just like a little Moroccan flavor here, we just add in 4 cinnamon sticks. And if you don't have cinnamon sticks, you can use about half a teaspoon of cinnamon and mix that in with the tomato and onions.
That's the thing. So you have to probably make sure that they're kind of immersed, or can they just sort of sit
just
on
tuck
top,
them in.
hovering
What
like
you're
little
doing
angels?
is great.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the flavor just comes out of them. And you can cook this recipe in the oven now, 375 degrees for about 40 minutes. If you're going to use the skinless, boneless chicken thighs, the time is going to be reduced a little bit. But you know how we know when our chicken is done? It's our trusty meat thermometer. Yeah. So you would insert that thermometer after you've baked for 40 minutes. You'd insert the meat thermometer to the thickest part of the chicken thigh, and it should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius. And then you know that you have your chicken perfectly cooked.
Okay.
So I think we are ready to put this one into the oven, and I can really smell something very delicious.
Sorry, just a quick question. I'm sorry if you've gone over this already, but so this, about how long does this stay on the stovetop before you pop it in the oven?
You know what? We're at the point right now. This is just perfect.
Just even that's enough?
I would just caramelize the onions maybe a tiny bit more than what we did.
Okay.
But
for the most part,
yep.
Don't have to cover it, it's just open?
You can cover it, or
Okay.
you can keep it open. If you are going to bake it open, you might want to cover it for maybe the last 20 minutes so that you don't lose as much of that sauce, because, you know, I just love to have that beautiful sauce that's infused with the cinnamon and apricots. Soak it up with some crusty bread or serve over rice or pasta.
You're gonna see, you're gonna see.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
we're
this
gonna put
dish is so simple to prepare, but looks so elegant.
Okay,
So we're gonna
this in
get
here.
that one in there. Okay. Oh, it's smelling good already. I can already smell the cinnamon, Des.
Okay.
Okay.
Maroon, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Now I am truly hungry. Okay. There we go.
Holy smokes. Well, the first thing I just want to share, again, and I could sort of pick up on it a little bit already before we even opened the oven door, but just sort of that sweetness, the cinnamon, okay?
Yes,
so the cinnamon
yep,
and then the apricots. And so look at that beauty. Sorry, about how long in the oven for this?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there you have it. Beautiful chicken with apricots, rosemary, and ginger. Was it safe to say second most downloaded recipe off the website?
Yeah, we can say that.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got to try them.
can
You
see
got to
why.
try them and let us know how they treated you. All right, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to a family that's impressive for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is their hockey rink. You're going to be blown away by this. We're going to introduce you to the Plets on Before the Plate when we come back on Great Taste of Manitoba. Stick around. We appreciate you, whether you're new to this channel or a long-time viewer. If you'd like to join us in the kitchen regularly and meet farm families across Manitoba, please subscribe. We share new videos every Sunday.